Leukaemia UK's new strategy of putting patients at the heart of the research that's going on is really important, I think really exciting, because it's very good for patients to understand what's going on at the bench in science, but good for scientists to understand what's happening with the patients in the clinic, and you can cross-seed ideas. We also rely on patients quite a lot to provide samples for diagnostics, for research, and that always adds a critical insight into our work. The other thing that's really important for a lot of patients to understand is, whilst they're contributing to something that is understanding their disease better, a lot of the technology development that's led us to understand things such as the cancer stem cell hypothesis better has come from leukemia research. So what we find in leukemia has really begun to cross boundaries into other cancers, into stem cell development and the rest of science in general. So acute myeloid leukemia is a disease that affects people of all ages. It is predominantly affecting older patients, and it's thought of as an age disease, but there are also paediatric patients who have a relatively poor risk AML compared to other leukemia patients of the same age. And this is really due to the fact that the current chemotherapy is not quite meeting what we need, so there's what we call an unmet critical need for new therapeutic approaches. And this is why we need to do more research into AML, but in leukemia in general. My recent John Goldman fellowship is focused on looking at the biology of leukemic cells that are really at the apex of the disease. So we call them leukemic stem cells, because these are the cells important for propagating the disease in patients. They're the cells that are the origin of relapse. We're really focused on understanding the underlying protein biology. So the functional units of a cell, the proteins, how they change between the different cell types in the leukemia, and how this underlies the chemo resistance and the relapse we see in so many AML patients. Having my findings published in Science and Translational Medicine on this occasion has really given us the platform to approach some of the pharmaceutical companies who own the inhibitors we're working with and think about taking this to trials, which is something that you're not always afforded in science, and it's sort of really exciting if this is the case. We hope it could have a major impact on leukemia in the future.